presentation of competition category prizes. For the 10th position, winner will be bringing back one box of Grand Porter 15W 40C147L engine oil, sponsored by UMW Brand International Sdn Bhd. BISY Jerry Can 20 liter 4-wheel drive used, sponsored by Borneo 4-wheel drive Sdn Bhd. Cash voucher for any Amaranth battery, new, sponsored by New Fast Speed Automobile Sdn Bhd. Free Life Aluminium Can Band HQ1, sponsored by Evergreen Adventure Sdn Bhd. Car Sunshade, sponsored by Light Water Industry Sdn Bhd. One carton of Tritonic Isotonic drink, sponsored by Light Water Industries Sdn Bhd. Total prizes for 10th position is 1,383 ringgit Malaysia. With this, I would like to invite the race director, Dato' Insinyur James Wong, to present the competition category prizes. Accompanied by Tuan Haji Faiz Nurdi, the organizing chairman and president of Sabah 4-Wheel Drive Association. The 10th position goes to car number 172, total points obtained 1,027. Driver is Ye Yong Chu, co-driver is Liu Sung Cheong. Congratulations to the 10th position. For the 9th position, winner will be bringing home one box of Grand Porter 15W 40C147 liter engine oil, sponsored by UMW Brand Malaysia Sdn Bhd. BISY Jerry Can 20 liter 4-wheel drive used, sponsored by Borneo 4-wheel drive Sdn Bhd. ARB Can table 86x70x70 cm, sponsored by Borneo 4-wheel drive Sdn Bhd. Cash voucher for any Amaranth battery, sponsored by New Fast Speed Automobile Sdn Bhd. Free Life Aluminium Can Band HQ1, sponsored by Evergreen Adventure Sdn Bhd. Car Sunshade, sponsored by Light Water Industries Sdn Bhd. One carton of Tritonic Isotonic drink, sponsored by Light Water Industries Sdn Bhd. The winner of the 9th position goes to car number 150, total points obtained 1,049. Driver is Liu Xiang Hyong, co-driver is Pan Cheng Hui. Congratulations to the winner. For the 8th position, winner will be bringing home one box of Grand Porter 15W 40 C147 liter engine oil, sponsored by UMW Brand Malaysia Sdn Bhd. ARB BP51 camping chair, sponsored by Borneo 4-wheel drive Sdn Bhd. Scatter Jerry Can 225 liter marine use, sponsored by Borneo 4-wheel drive Sdn Bhd. voucher for any Emerald battery sponsored by New Fast Speed Automobile Sdn Bhd. 1 pair of cluster bracket for Toyota Land Cruiser 79 sponsored by Mayfair 4x4 Center Sdn Bhd. 3 live aluminium can bed HQ1 sponsored by Evergreen Adventure Sdn Bhd. Car Sunshade sponsored by Live Water Industries Sdn Bhd. 1 carton of Tritonic Isotonic drink sponsored by Live Water Industries Sdn Bhd. And the 8th position goes to car number 137, total points obtained 1054. Driver is Alvin bin Mortondue. Co-driver is Jirodi Chai. We'll be bringing back 1 box of Grand Quarter 15W40 C14 7-liter engine oil, sponsored by UFW brand Malaysia Sdn Bhd. Super Pro Sway Bar Toyota Hilux Turbo Front, sponsored by Borneo 4-wheel drive Sdn Bhd. Skepta Jerrycan 25-liter Marine Use, sponsored by Borneo 4-wheel drive Sdn Bhd. Cash voucher for any Emerald battery, sponsored by New Fast Speed Automobile Sdn Bhd. 4x4 S-Scoop, sponsored by CrockeR Auto Kit. 1 pair of custom bracket for Toyota Land Cruiser 80, sponsored by Mayfair 4x4 Center Sdn Bhd. 3 live aluminium can bed HQ1, sponsored by Evergreen Adventure Sdn Bhd. Car Sunshade, sponsored by Live Water Industries Sdn Bhd. 1 carton of Tritonic Isotonic drink, sponsored by Live Water Industries Sdn Bhd. The winner for 7th position goes to car number 138, total points obtained 1072. Driver is Ku Poilo. Co-driver is Lesson Billy Siong Elias Victor. Congratulations and thank you to Dr. Engineer James Wong, the Vice Director. For the 6th position, winner will be bringing home 1 box of Grand Quarter 15W40 C14 7-liter engine oil, sponsored by UFW brand Malaysia Sdn Bhd. Super Pro Arm Wash E Toyota LC80, sponsored by Borneo 4-wheel drive Sdn Bhd. Light Force handheld spotlight, sponsored by Borneo 4-wheel drive Sdn Bhd. Cash voucher for any Emerald battery, sponsored by New Fast Speed Automobiles Sdn Bhd. 4x4 S-Scoop, sponsored by CrockeR Auto Kit. Staff Dog RCC return to center steering damper for LC80, 1 set, sponsored by Kemabong Sdn Bhd. Oil spring spacer for Toyota Land Cruiser 79 4 pieces, sponsored by Mayfair 4x4 Sdn Bhd. 3 live aluminium can bed HQ1, sponsored by Evergreen Adventure Sdn Bhd. Car Sunshade, sponsored by Live Water Industries Sdn Bhd. 1 carton of Tritonic Isotonic drink, sponsored by Live Water Industries Sdn Bhd. And with this, I would like to invite Mr. Anthony Wong, the expedition leader, to present the awards. The 6th position will be bringing home a worth of 5,000 ringgit gold and 43 ringgit Malaysia. Winner is car number 104, total points obtained 1073. Driver is Roman Kulbang, co-driver is Kovalenko Pavel. Safari Local for Isuzu D-Max, sponsored by Borneo 4-wheel drive Sdn Bhd. High Leaves Jack USA, sponsored by Borneo 4-wheel drive Sdn Bhd. Cash voucher for any Amaron battery, sponsored by New Fast Speed Automobile Sdn Bhd. 4x4X Group, sponsored by CrockeR Auto Kit. Tab Dog 41mm bore form cell shock for LC80, 2 pieces, sponsored by Kemabong Sdn Bhd. Coil Spring Spacer for Toyota Land Cruiser 2, 4 pieces, sponsored by Mayfair 4x4 Center Sdn Bhd. Free Live Aluminium Camp Bed HQ2, sponsored by Evergreen Adventure Sdn Bhd. Car Sunshade and 1 carton of Titanic isotonic drink, sponsored by Live Water Industries Sdn Bhd. Total worth of prize is 6,182 ringgit Malaysia. For the fifth position, winner is car number 168, total points obtained 1,091. Driver is Wong Subin, co-driver is Chow Kang Loong. C1 7-liter engine oil, sponsored by UMW brand Malaysia Sdn Bhd. DBS road floor for Hilux Vigo T2 slotted front, a pair, sponsored by Borneo 4-wheel drive Sdn Bhd. Safari Local Toyota Land Cruiser 75, sponsored by Borneo 4-wheel drive Sdn Bhd. Titan Pro Absorber for Land Cruiser 2, sponsored by KK 4x4 Accessories Sdn Bhd. Cash voucher for any Amaron battery, sponsored by New Fast Speed Automobile Sdn Bhd. Toyota Hilux 166 Fender, sponsored by CrockeR Auto Kit. Tough Dog Recovery Kit, sponsored by Kemabong Sdn Bhd. Aeroclass Utility Box Gravity XL is 1 set, sponsored by Extreme 4x4 Sdn Bhd. Free Live Aluminium Can Bed HQ2, sponsored by Evergreen Adventures Sdn Bhd. Car Sunshade and 2 cartons of Titanic isotonic drink, sponsored by Live Water Industries Sdn Bhd. Total worth prize for 4th position is 10,038 ringgit Malaysia. Right, for the 4th position goes to car number 119, total Right, ladies and gentlemen, let us move on. For second runner-up, winner will be bringing home cash money of 3,000 ringgit sponsored by Sabah 4-Wheel Drive Association. One box of Grand Quasar Semi 10W40 C14 7-liter engine oil sponsored by UMW Grand Malaysia Sdn Bhd. One box of Grand Quasar 15W40 C14 7-liter engine oil sponsored by UMW Grand Malaysia Sdn Bhd. DPA disc rotor for Hilux Bigot T3 slotted front pair sponsored by Borneo 4-Wheel Drive Sdn Bhd. Super Cross sway bar for Toyota Hilux Ribbon Rare sponsored by Borneo 4-Wheel Drive Sdn Bhd. Permacool oil cooler fan sponsored by Borneo 4-Wheel Drive Sdn Bhd. Cash voucher for any Emerald battery sponsored by New Fast Speed Automobile Sdn Bhd. Toyota Hilux 166 fenders sponsored by K'NetH Auto Kit. Bertha EFB T110145D311207 liter sponsored by Victory Power Rank Malaysia Sdn Bhd. Feathers variable leaf spring for Toyota Hilux Revo for polythene bushings. One set sponsored by Feathers Suspension Malaysia Sdn Bhd. Armada Extreme 8MX Nitro Power Shock Absorbers for Ford Ranger T6 one set sponsored by Extreme 4x4 Sdn Bhd. Free Life Aluminium Can Band HQ2 sponsored by Evergreen Adventure Sdn Bhd. Car Sunshade and 3 cartons of isotonic drink sponsored by Live Water Industries Sdn Bhd. Total prize worth for second runner-up is 16,356 ringgit Malaysia. With this, I would like to invite Yang Berhormat Tuan Jamawi Jafar to present the award to the winner. Second runner-up, ladies and gentlemen, second runner-up goes to car number 133. Total points obtained 1,094. Driver is Roland Liu Su Kyung. Co-driver is Kojimi bin Janish. Sponsored by Sabah 4-Wheel Drive Association. One box of Grand Quasar Semi 10W40 C14 7-liter engine oil sponsored by UMW Grand Malaysia Sdn Bhd. One box of Grand Quasar 15W40 C14 7-liter engine oil sponsored by UMW Grand Malaysia Sdn Bhd. ARV recovery kit. DBA disc rotor for Toyota LC100 front. DB8 disc rotor for Toyota LC100 front rear. Light Force driving light pair, sponsored by Borneo 4-wheel drive Sdn Bhd. TRE L Lokasi, sponsored by TRE 4x4 Productions. Turbocharger HX50, sponsored by Turbotech Engineering Sdn Bhd. Turbocharger F5B, sponsored by Power Jeep Enterprise Sdn Bhd. Cash voucher for any Emerald battery, sponsored by New Fast Speed Automobiles Sdn Bhd. Toyota Hilux 166 fender, sponsored by CrockeR Auto Kit. Varta EFBT 110-145D31 liter 1207 has sponsored by Victory Power Rental Malaysia Sdn Bhd. Pedals brake free front 1 set, sponsored by Pedals Suspension Malaysia Sdn Bhd. Armada Extreme AMX Adventure shock absorbers for Ford Ranger T6 1 set, sponsored by Extreme 4x4 Sdn Bhd. 33 times 10.5 times 16 GITI Extreme Tires 4 pieces, sponsored by Hapseng Autos Sdn Bhd. Free Life Aluminium Camp Bed HQ2, sponsored by Evergreen Adventures Sdn Bhd. Car Sunshade, sponsored by Live Water Industries Sdn Bhd. Also 5 cartons of Triconic Isotonic drink, sponsored by Live Water Industries Sdn Bhd. Total world prize for the first runner-up is 33,858 ringgit Malaysia. And the winner goes to first runner-up, car owner, car number 123, total points obtained 1,145. Driver Lo Hui Min, co-driver Alishan Lo Swen Lo. Champion will be bringing home a Borneo Safari International Challenge trophy, sponsored by Sabah 4-Wheel Drive Association. Cash worth of 10,000 ringgit Malaysia, sponsored by Sabah 4-Wheel Drive Association. In addition to that, we have additional sponsorship of 5,000 ringgit Malaysia cash, sponsored by Yang Berhormat Tuan Jafar Jamawi Adun Kemabong. 3 boxes of Grand Kota Semi-10 W40 C14 7-liter engine oil, sponsored by UFW Grand Malaysia Sdn Bhd. 1 box of Grand Quasar 15 W40 C14 7-liter engine oil, sponsored by UFW Grand Malaysia Sdn Bhd. All-man EMU suspension for Hilux Reborn, sponsored by Borneo 4-Wheel Drive Sdn Bhd. SPC suspension 1 pair, sponsored by SPC 4x4. Toyota Land Cruiser HDJ 80 complete automatic gearbox, sponsored by Yonhap Auto Parts, Sdn Bhd. Toyota 3UZ V8 engine, sponsored by Powergen Enterprise, Sdn Bhd. 300 cash voucher for any Amarok battery, sponsored by New Fast Clean Automobiles, Sdn Bhd. Toyota Hilux 166 fender, sponsored by CrockeR Auto Kit. Bertha EFD T110145DT31L 1207 are sponsored by Victory Power Ramp Malaysia, Sdn Bhd. Pedals tractor dryer S-Fit absorber for Toyota Hilux Revo 1 set, sponsored by Pedals Suspension Malaysia, Sdn Bhd. TJM XGS 4000 series shock absorbers for Mitsubishi Triton 2015 1 set, sponsored by Extreme 4x4, Sdn Bhd. TJM XGS Gold Edition foil spring for Mitsubishi Triton 2015 1 pair, sponsored by Extreme 4x4, Sdn Bhd. TJM NSX knuckle for Mitsubishi Triton 2015, sponsored by Extreme 4x4, Sdn Bhd. 4-wheel drive rim 16 inches 1 set, sponsored by Upstate Auto, Sdn Bhd. Free aluminium can van HQ2, sponsored by Evergreen Adventures, Sdn Bhd. Last but not least, Car Sunshine and 8 cartons of Tritonic Isotonic drink, sponsored by Light Water Industries, Sdn Bhd. Total worth for champion to bring home is 64,130 ringgit Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, for this award, I would like to call upon all our VIPs at the VIP table to come up on stage to present the award to the winner. Champion for the 29th Borneo Safari International Off-ROAD Challenge goes to Champion will be bringing back a world prize of 64,130 ringgit Malaysia, goes to, drum roll, car number 128, total points obtained 1,196. Driver is Liu Pui Kong. Co-driver is Agustin Atamet bin Ara.
Do